In last week's video, we explored the history of Japanese tattoos from prehistory up until the 19th century, and found out why tattoos have become taboo in Japan. Of course, the main association people make when they hear Japan and tattoos is with the Yakuza, and their impressive full-body tattoos have played a role in keeping this culture alive, but it's not the whole picture. Today we're going to explore how Japanese tattoo art has evolved and advanced in spite of its criminalization. As discussed last week, Emperor Meiji's tattoo ban in 1872 drove tattooing underground. Tattooing was picked up by those participating in criminal activities such as prostitution and gangs. At this time, low-ranking geisha or prostitutes were forced to get tattoos as a way to show their devotion to a particular patron or gang. In 1948, following the war, a full-on ban on tattoos was lifted. However, the stigma attached to it has been very difficult to shake to this day. Yakuza tattoos remained as a rite of passage, symbolizing their defiance of the government and social society, but also their loyalty to their country's rich heritage and what they considered their faction within that heritage. Yakuza members often tattoo themselves with the gang's badges, emblems and symbols. Such is the devotion to the art that some of them have opted to have their tattoos preserved after death, through skinning. I'll leave it to you to make your own judgment on that one. At this stage, you might be wondering if tattooing has progressed beyond this criminal aspect, and the answer is yes, but not without its struggles. The Save Tattooing movement in Japan typifies this. This movement advocates that tattoo artists should not need to hold a medical doctorate to practice their art. A number of Osaka-based artists, including Taiki Masuda, who is featured in this clip, have been persecuted by police due to a strict and conservative interpretation of healthcare laws, centering on whether one must be an MD to tattoo legally.
昔から根付いてきた文化でもあって、絵柄であったりデザインっていうのもやっぱり彫り師として目指している人がやっぱり勉強してやるからこそ身につくものであって、医者になれば身についていくものではないとは思っているので、そこにやっぱり違いがあるんじゃないかと思っています。やっぱり自分だけの問題でもないとは思っているので、本当に日本全国の彫り師としてされている方も同じように本当に犯罪行為として見られてしまうので。
So, what are Japanese tattoo artists struggling for, and where is the art going? In present-day Japan, tattoo artists and enthusiasts are striving to promote the art as something to be celebrated, as a unique part of Japan's cultural heritage. For example, the talented Taku Oshima is reviving Jomon-era tattoos. In doing this, he promotes tattoos as a legitimate art form, separate and distinct from any criminal association. Oshima-san's approach is to speak the cultural relevance of these tattoos into existence, in spite of the potential naysayers. Take a listen to his perspective.
縄文族の誕生、縄文時代にタトゥーはあったのかという疑問に、私たちは現代人の身体を使って具体的にその返答を試みようと思います。
Another great example is Abe Koya, who transcribes Japanese art onto skin in traditional European art pieces, perhaps to make a statement that the canvas used does not determine the merit of the art. Meanwhile, Hisashi Tenryoya's paintings juxtapose traditional Japanese techniques and themes with the contemporary in an effort to show Yamato Damashi, the traditional Japanese spirit. He often highlights tattoos as a central part of that heritage. It seems that slowly, the way that tattoos are perceived in Japan may be coming full circle. But there are those like Taiki Masuda who are still fighting for the right to practice their art.
長い時間にかけて裁判ということをやっていくので、自分がちゃんと意識も高めながらそれを維持して戦っていきたいと思います。皆さんの声が必要です。よろしくお願いします。
Hey guys, thanks for watching. So this is going to be our last video for a few weeks. As some of you may know, I live out here in North Carolina, and I live here with my wife, Megan, who has a master's in cultural heritage. We kind of make the videos together. Needless to say, I'm Irish and we are going to be taking a trip back to Ireland for 2 weeks. We're planning to shoot a video out there at Dunangus and Inishmore. So we'll have that for you when we come back. Thanks again to everybody who has subscribed and watched the videos. All right, thank you for watching. Take care.